Welcome to Facebook Live.
Hey, Facebook Live.
You got the Ethan and Lou show. We're in the I-95 studio, kicking it. About to get into live and local.
I think we should rename the show the Freak Show. What do you think?
It is quite
What
the
do you think
freak
about
show. I like it, but I don't like it.
All right, here we go. It's I-95, the home of rock and roll. John Fogerty, rock and roll singer. I-95.
Ethan referencing the great Norm Macdonald bit on Letterman
Right.
about Bob Uecker.
Note to self, okay?
Okay.
Make this a learning experience and take it from me. If you're going to go for a power walk, I've been walking a lot for the last 3 weeks, do not have a large bowl of Progresso clam chowder, New England clam chowder, 90 minutes before your walk.
No, you didn't.
I did.
That was a rookie mistake
Yeah,
right there.
it was a horrible walk.
Did you beef it?
Yeah, there was farting. It was horrible.
I'm sorry.
Good thing I was like out on a kind of a remote road. It was just awful.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
Just
to hear
learn by
that.
that, okay?
Yes, yeah. I make these kind of mistakes myself.
I know.
Throw down a pound of tortellini and then get on the treadmill.
Oh!
Coming up on the show, live and local, story of a local nature presented live on the radio, only here on the Ethan and Lou Show.
Thank you for the explanation.
You got it.
Tell me with the cards.
It is a poor fitting jacket, Lemma. I just grabbed the jacket that I could find that my kids hadn't destroyed. I'm trying to look very presidential
The
today.
jacket looks good.
Yeah, it's all right. I got better ones. I don't know where they are.
A better one. That's a
Vita was wearing them a couple weeks ago.
We're okay.
You know,
Why do you let your 3-year-old
crumbs
wear
and
your
everything.
jacket?
I don't wear a suit. I said we'll dry clean it when I need to. So I just threw out a jacket. We're looking presidential this morning. We'll get to that
Okay.
crap coming up.
She can do anything.
She can do whatever she wants. All right,
Right.
buddy. Large Dave wrote this this banger here, and it's
Yeah.
going to go wide.
About a restaurant.
It is not about a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Hard news, Ethan.
Hard news.
Yeah. He wrote it yesterday, so we'll be referring to the day before yesterday.
Okay.
Danbury police have announced that they've arrested a Waterbury man on numerous drug and weapon charges after receiving multiple citizen complaints related to the suspect selling illicit drugs, allegedly selling illicit drugs throughout the Danbury area out of his 2014 BMW. October 5th, members of the Danbury Police Special Investigations Division with officers from the Patrol Division and the DEA Task Force, now you know you're in trouble if the DEA is involved, established a surveillance of Ramel Mel Crawford at his residence on Morningside Avenue in Waterbury. Investigators followed Crawford as he drove his 2014 BMW from his residence to Danbury. Crawford and his vehicle were taken into custody shortly after arriving in Danbury at the corner of Liberty Avenue and South Street. A search of his vehicle revealed he had a substantial amount of narcotics, packaged for sale, drug paraphernalia, and U.S. currency.
Does it look more legit, the whole drug selling, illegal drug selling, if you're driving something like a BMW or a Mercedes or an Audi?
Yeah, but it can't be brand new.
No, it can't be brand new.
It's got to be like 20, 10, 11,
Right.
12, 13, 14,
Yeah.
and it's got to be modified head to toe.
Really?
Yeah, police also say he had a loaded pistol, a large capacity magazine, and they found even more narcotics. He's being held on $250,000 cash bond.
He didn't mess around, did he?
Well, allegedly. No, he did not mess around. This is a thing, though. We hear this all the time. Folks coming from Waterbury and Bridgeport,
Yeah,
typically,
yeah.
to here, Mia,
Yeah.
to sell
What
drugs.
does that mean?
Mia, right?
You mean here?
In this region.
Can't you say in this region?
Uh-huh.
You gotta say, yeah.
Mia.
China?
No, that's how Cartman says it.
Okay.
And what you just said was very
This-
inappropriate.
This is not, South Park.
All right, can you just let it go?
No.
Can we task at hand here?
Moving along.
So we get this a lot because I think our police department does such a good job keeping, local drug rings out of operation, that they come from other cities in Connecticut, and it's usually Waterbury and Bridgeport.
Right.
Hey, Waterbury. Hey, Bridgeport. Do us a favor, and keep your drugs over there.
God.
You know, because we're busy over here arguing on Facebook
Yeah.
and yelling at each other about why we can't get Main Street going again.
Correct.
We don't have time
We have things already.
to deal
Yeah.
with your drug dealers. You understand? You know, I've heard
What have you heard?
that, you know, Bridgeport's not all that far. You can head down to Stratford Avenue and have your drugs in quick turnaround time.
Right. I mean, Bridgeport's got a lot going on down there. They just add one more thing. It's not going to be a big deal.
Listen, if you like drugs,
What a mess.
check out Stratford Avenue.
Okay.
Chef recommends.
All right.
Okay, there's a drug recommendation for you.
Man, that's bizarre. I never thought I'd hear that.
And now a preview of some of the rest of the show here. If you would, Maestro,
We're
put
up.
this up.
We're up.
The new meteor. It get you with the sound of hysteria. The subliminal mind, America.
Ah, yes. One of our many campaign songs for Carrie in Milano 2020. Yesterday, we officially made our announcement that we'd be running for the White House in 2020 as write-in candidates. There is a brief, exclusive update on the story, and that is we are no longer running for president and vice president.
Correct.
We are running for the presidents of the United States of America.
So co-presidents. if you
Co-presidents. Yeah, the vice chair wasn't enough for me
will. Now, I'm kind of surprised you wanted to make me the president.
to begin with.
Yeah.
I know. And that was Jay's suggestion.
Uh-huh.
That was the other announcement we made yesterday. Connecticut author Jay Cadmus
Right.
is our campaign manager, and he'll probably get a cabinet position if he gets us elected.
Not probably. He will get a cabinet position, and we would love to compensate him financially, but we can't.
It's not going to happen.
We hope that he stays with campaign.
We will make him Secretary of Defense. He will stare at defense. But we have more developments
All right.
as our campaign really kicks off here. We got some listener reaction yesterday.
We did.
Some positive and some very angry about our announcement that we intend to take over the White House in 2020.
It's coming later this morning.
Correct, sir.
That news.
And more news.
It's 6:31. This deadline's 15 minutes out.
You know how hard it can be to find new
What's up,
customers.
player,
but maybe
player?
you're unaware.
Am I going to build a wall around Denver? It's a good question, especially based on the story that we just read, and the answer is no. We believe in freedom of movement,
That should be one of
as
those slogans.
protected under the Bill of Rights,
Right.
as we all know. Krista, Joe, Louise, Lee, Chris, Irene, Frank, Lynette, Gary, Cheryl. Good morning, everybody. It is good to have you. Sort of a mixed emotions day. We're all dealing with the loss of Eddie Van Halen, one of the great rock guitarists of all time. Some would argue the greatest of all time. Very sad day. We lost him very young, 65 years of age. The Yankees spit the bit last night. Shit the bed, as they say. I mean, really, just a fuck sandwich is what we have here. I tried to stay up for the whole game because Giancarlo Stanton kept putting the Yankees back in it. These monster homers. Boy, he had 2 last night. But some big moments. And it's very exciting because when Stanton's hitting, typically that means you're going to destroy people.
Yeah.
Because the Yankees were wrecking people for the last 3 years with Stanton swinging at gnats and missing everything. But last night was one of those nights where he did it all by himself and it was not enough runs. Now this becomes a home run derby. If the Yankees intend on winning this series, they're going to have to out-hit the Rays because they ruined their pitching matchups for the rest of the series last night. You could blame it on starting with an opener. You can blame it on having J. Happ even work for the organization. You can blame it on Aaron Boone's moves. I don't know what you want to blame it on, but the fact remains with no rest and no front-line real ace pitcher other than Garrett Cole, who likely start Game 5, it's big trouble in Little China, you know? Big, big trouble from a pitching standpoint.
Little China, how does that factor in?
It does not factor in.
Okay, I'm gonna get some coffee.
So wish us
Give me
all
a
luck.
coffee
Let's go for a little walk,
Bring
little
them
field
along.
trip.
Bring them along.
Get some coffee. We'll do the you know, the Yao Ming shot. Put him way up high, you know. So this morning I'm digging around. I had laid this jacket out last night, but I wanted a contrasting shirt. So I'm kicking everything around trying to find my Florida USA t-shirt. That's gone. Who knows?
It's gone.
Yeah, Vita probably
Well,
been
since
wearing it.
your daughter left, you wore all your clothing.
My kids steal all my clothes.
No wonder you're a psycho.
Erica steals all my clothes, and I got no clothes. I say the kids need shoes. What about Dad's shoes? What are you doing?
I was trying to make the three, and I failed.
Okay, so we'll talk the Yankees. We'll talk Eddie Van Halen. We'll talk Up At You. We really got to dig into our candidacy here. I got some great ideas.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd agree with that.
No?
No.
So you think my ideas are bad?
Well, Secretary of Defense.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know? And we're going to go to war with Russia, I decided. And that, my friends, is called Putin it in perspective. We launch war on Russia because it's enough already with them. How long have we been dealing with them?
Oh, forever.
Since the Soviet Union days.
For hours.
And the coffee stain on Gorbachev's head.
I know.
Didn't see a Gorbachev reference coming this morning.
Whoa, where'd that come from?
But here we are. What do you put in there? Sweet and low?
Splendid.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Isn't that bad? Don't you get like, doesn't that give you diabetes or something?
I don't know. I won't know until I get it.
There you go. Wilford Brimley over here. Just drinking 8 cups of diabetes this morning. That's all right. I got an ulcer the size of Grand Canyon. Oh, boy. It's going to be a good one. Got a busy day. I got to go to see my doctor, my foot doctor.
Sometimes I even snort the Splendid.
Do you?
Yeah.
Got to go see the great Dr. Fine today. Have my mini procedure done. So I get my foot game back on, you know, start walking correctly.
1 minute until the break.
If it looks like I'm walking funny, it's because I got 24 reporters up my ass. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Teresa, another singer passed. I can see clearly now. That is, I can see clear. Johnny Nash?
Yeah. I can see
Clearly now the rain is
I
gone.
tell you a story about Mindy playing that over and over and over when she was in college.
Oh, you ready?
Until one of her roommates, got to the record player,
And ripped
tore
it
it
out.
off, and threw it out the window.
You actually have told me that story. I remember
Yeah,
that.
It's a great story.
You see that? Johnny Nash. I pulled that right out of my dome piece. Because I was a oldies DJ at the age of 19. It's not often you encounter that. Now, let me double check your information, though. I don't know if this is fake news. I'm just taking your word, Teresa. Did Johnny Nash pass?
Oh, I believe you probably did. Here we go. I-95, home of rock and roll. I-95, rock.com, 6:37 right now. It's a Wednesday morning. Partly sunny. We got wind gusts coming up after 2, like 35 to 45 miles an hour, 73 tonight.
The blowing, the drifting.
Yeah.
Not only did we lose Eddie Van Halen, but Johnny Nash passed away at the age of 80 years old. I can see clearly now fame.
Recently
I can
passed?
see clearly now fame. Well, the story's from 4 hours ago. I'm assuming he passed last night. I'll look. I just opened it. Someone told us on our Facebook Live, so I was just double checking it.
Okay.
Are you waiting on me?
You look like you have something
The
else to
American
say.
reggae and pop music singer-songwriter passed away from natural causes at his home in Houston, his son said. And this story hit 4 hours ago.
Okay, so Johnny Nash,
Yesterday. 80 years old, passes
okay.
away.
6:38, I-95's Ethan and Lou, and the I-95 traffic light.
Anybody out there confused as to whether or not you can purchase insurance? Because I've got the message.
Purchase insurance?
Yeah, I'm very clear that insurance is available to me should I want to purchase it.
Okay.
Do I need to see 16 to 25 ads about insurance per day?
No.
Okay. It's not going to stop them from coming. You know? We're talking to farmers. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. I got Flo. I got lizards. I got emus. I got Peyton Manning's brickhead. It's enough already.
I have to agree with you on that.
Son of a bitch.
But I've already got insurance.
Not bragging. Ethan's got some insurance. Not bragging.
I got all sorts of insurance.
Leading the war on poop. Yeah, but Adam, you called them poutine. Isn't that food?
What?
Poutine.
Poutine? Yeah, sounds like food.
We got to look up poutine now. What is poutine? Taking the jacket off because it's choking my life force. I don't know how any of you people do it that worked in real corporate America. Not that we don't work for a real corporation, but the nature of the job means we don't have to wear things. But my dad had to work, down in Manhattan for years for IBM.
Jacket and tie?
And for Philip Morris. The whole getup. You're just choking.
All right, here we go.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, Jay, thanks. 20 away for 7 o'clock sports.
Davey Garcia, Jay Happen, Adam Ottavino, our ass. The Yankees fall to the Rays 7-5. I didn't like any of the decisions Aaron Boone made last night, and I think it's going to have, consequences as we continue with this series.
Why don't you ring him up? Tell him what you think.
I'm going to. And Game 3 is tonight. So the Yankees and Rays go again in San Diego. Series tied at a game apiece. New York will send Masahiro Tanaka to the mound. Rangers welcoming forward Alex Lafreniere. I have a tough time with those.
Frenchy names?
Frenchy names. Thank you. To the organization. The Blue Shirts had the top overall pick and made the 18-year-old Canadian their top pick to begin the NHL entry draft last night. And the Lakers just 1 win away from the NBA championship. LeBron James had 28 points. And Lakers beat the Heat 102-96 in Game 4. LA has a 3-1 series lead. That's your check on Sportsy.
Check out weather. Partly sunny, 73 with some strong wind gusts after 2. Sunny, cool tomorrow, 63. Sunny, 60. Weekend looking good. Yes.
Let's. I want to get another thing in here from Eddie Van Halen. Let's hear from Eddie. He is. This is him talking about wanting to be a drummer. Eddie Van Halen passed away 65 yesterday.
How do you want to get out of this?
We'll bump her out. The out cue is better than I am, and then I'll also point in your face.
Yeah, make sure it's real quick. Got you last minute.
What Van Halen song you guys want to hear next? Just throw it out there. All right, that's how we lead. I thought making fun of our opposition was a key tactic. Well, Adam, I love making fun of our opposition. I cannot stand the Rays, but I have to call our own team names when they fail us as miserably as they did last night. This Adames kid, I'd like to punch him in his face if we're talking about the Rays. Kevin Cash is overdue for a kick to the the beanbag there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like any of them. Eruption. Rich and Frank want to hear Eruption,
okay.
And Lou wants to hear Hot for Teacher. What have we played so far?
We played Panama.
Played Panama. Panama is done.
Eruption. What's the other one?
Eruption and Hot for Teacher.
Hot for Teacher. You got it.
I have not so mainstream ideas about who I think the greatest rock guitarist of all time is, but Eddie would certainly be in my top 5. I mean, that's supposed to rank people the day after they die as to what they did, and it's subjective because it's music, but those are fun topics. Is it, out of school to talk about that tomorrow? Like, are we out of line if we start ranking him 2 days after he died?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
Just saying.
I didn't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Just saying.
Rays in Russia. That's right. We're going to defund the Rays. That's part of our campaign platform. Defund the Tampa Bay Rays. All right.
Don't
now,
we have bigger fish to fry?
we got to fry some fish, bitch. I want y'all to go check out when we're done here on my Facebook page. Facebook started to bury me last night because I was posting every 5 minutes. I was bored. And typically when I'm bored, I'll send myself interesting links, memes, things that I want to do for the show.
Right.
Last night, rather than craft an email, I just got super lazy and posted everything I was thinking about talking about today on my Facebook feed. Well, when you do that, and I mean an absurd amount of things I was posting.
Sure.
When you do that, they start, burying your posts. And this one got buried, but I'm excited about it. I made up some sports memes last night that I'm really proud of. We got a Bill Belichick one, Jose Altuve, Cam Newton, Dak Prescott, and Andy Reid. Some of my favorite people to make fun of. Ordinary man, that's it. We need new copies of that. Ours got lost in the mail of our J books. Jake Cadmus, hired yesterday as our campaign manager. We wanted a local brain trust. He's a like-minded individual to Ethan and I, somewhere in the middle of us ideologically, and also intelligent enough to write a book, I guess.
That's a pretty funny guy.
The name of his book is Ordinary Man. You should check it out.
I have an assignment. I'll be back.
An assignment. Dude's going to the bathroom. So yeah, go check out my memes on my Facebook page. I'll get them up on the Instagram too. Let's talk about what's coming up in missed headlines. Right now we're just talking about it. Okay. We got a Domino's investigation. Okay? 1 in 4 people did what during quarantine? We'll tell you all about that. And then we're going to head down to Florida. Florida, you say. We got a man arrested for threatening a census taker. Now, I can't get down with crime, but I can tell you when I relate to crime. And while I don't want to associate myself with this suspect, I do not like people coming to my door. And I'm not going to threaten anybody with a gun or otherwise, verbally. I just kind of break everybody's stones when they come to my door. But in years past, it would make me, violently angry inside. My little man, we've talked about the little man on the show before. Every man, and a lot of ladies, have a tiny little man inside of them. And that little man controls their anger. Science will have you believe that the limbic system in your brain is actually your anger control center. I am here to tell you that the little man is running the show. And he's a angry, hairy little dwarf. And he plays guitar not well, drinks a ton, very angry, the angry little man. And my angry little man would get all fired up anytime anybody came to the door or pulled in the driveway. Still happens, but I just cope better with it. Rather than shouting and waving my arms like a lunatic, I just tell them whatever it is that they're pitching is nonsense. I'm like, this is poopy, you know it. And I feel bad for you because you have to go door to door. There's few things worse than having to go door to door asking anyone for anything. I think if I broke down on the side of the road at this age and my options were go door to door or walk barefoot over broken glass, I might go with the broken glass option. Morning, Leanne. Oh, Kristen wants to be, that's a great idea. The woman that just screams good things about you at our rallies. It's a great idea. All politicians have them. They put plants in the audience. That's what they call them, plants. Folks there just to agree and shout wonderful things about the candidates. I'm hoping for hecklers, frankly. We already got one, in fact. One lady yesterday reacted, and I would categorize it as overreacted to the announcement of our candidacy for presidency of the United States of America. She sent us a message to the I-95 Facebook page and started out by telling us she's a fan and appreciates our humor, but ... We'll dig into that and talk about why that is just nutty later on in the show. And I actually haven't looked at all the mail. I have to assume there's more anger. Speaking of mail, we got a ton of it on a poll question I ran the other day on the I-95 Facebook page. And it was about Italian-American grandmas. Or Italian grandmas. Could go either way. I forget how I phrased it, but what did every one of them have in their home? Or what is one thing they had in their home? The mail went noodle nuts. So we're going to hit some of those items, and I can relate to most of them. Frank wants to build a wall around Florida. I think, here's what we do with Florida. This is my plan. Because we need a round number of 50 states, right? We defund Florida, we kick them out of the United States of America, and then to keep the round number of 50, we finally call Puerto Rico what it is, a state. So Puerto Rico becomes the state, Florida becomes the territory, let them have at it, you know? Let's see what they're going to do, you know, without the help of the other states and the federal government, you know, checking in every once in a while. They go, what the hell are you all up to, huh? You know, with chickens, exactly. Good job, Kristen. How did people do that back in the day? Door-to-door salesman. Yeah, door-to-door salesman is a rough game. I'll tell you, salesman is a rough game. You know?
Oh,
I hated it.
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Even like radio sales. I love radio. And if I couldn't be on the radio, you think you'd like to be associated with the thing that you like and maybe do radio sales. Sales is not for me. And if you're on the fence, maybe you're a young person watching this video right now and you're on the fence about whether sales is for you, I'll tell you what you do right now. You head down to Westchester. What's that Westchester Convention Center?
Westchester Convention Center.
What's the big one?
I don't know.
Watch, it's going to be called the Westchester County Center, right?
Close.
You head down to Westchester County Center. You hook a right. You go about 2 miles down. I think it's about 3 lights. On your left-hand side, there is a Cutco headquarters. All right? If it's still there, that's where it was when I was there. You go listen to their, you know, bullshit pitch.
Sure.
And then you get all jazzed up about how if you work hard enough, you're going to make a ton of money, right? And before you know it, you'll be in some stranger's living room, you know, cutting pennies into corkscrews.
Right. You did it. My son did it.
Cutting strips of leather. Just awful. And here's the problem with the Cutco pyramid structure of business is it doesn't need to be a pyramid structure. The product is phenomenal. Put it in a store and stop ruining lives and folks' dinners. Please, Cutco. But again, if you're on the fence, you go down to the Westchester County Center, hook a right, 3 lights on your left. It's in some shitty plaza, and then you go in some shitty office and listen to some guy show you his Corvette keys and tell you how he got it all by selling Cutco knives.
While he's snorting coke.
Well, no, that was a different guy. I'm not accusing people at Cutco
So
of
try that first.
snorting coke. That was my other sales job. Down in Florida, you say.
No, I'm talking about when...
Oh, all right. Yeah, maybe you don't get into that. We're on the
Ready? Here we go.
Facebook
10
Live there.
seconds.
Chicken nuts.
10 seconds. Miss
Chickens.
Headline. Let's get moving here.
Okay.
I I-95, home of rock and roll. Eddie Van Halen dead at 65.
Very
Sorry,
unfortunate.
we're
Passed
sorry
away
to
yesterday. Yeah, 65 years old, way too young. Arguably the greatest rock guitarist of all time. We also learned this morning Johnny Nash, I can see clearly now, passed away at the age of 80.
Okay. Not a great day.
Not a great day in terms of our musical heroes. Coming up right after traffic, missed headlines, round one.
Partly sunny, 73 today. Let's get the I-95 right now. Traffic update.
Okay, we clear on those directions? Westchester County Center. Hooker right, 3 lights on your left. Huh?
Wow.
What, the stories? You like the stories?
Yeah. Wow.
Story's good. Selling candy bar calendars and other stuff, trying to raise money for school. Rich, that's nothing.
All right, here we go.
That's nothing. But I know what you're talking about. You want to swallow your pride? Sell Cutco knives. Hey!
All right, well, Domino's is investigating after one delivery driver apparently caught rubbing a pint of ice cream on his crotch.
Love it.
The pizza company says the victim in England saw the driver on his Ring doorbell camera committing the act before he delivered it. Pizza company has since offered the man complimentary coupons, which he has refused. Officials said the behavior was disturbing and breached the trust of their loyal customers, so they're committed to making things right.
I'd be like, Domino, are you kidding? I don't want a coupon.
Right.
Homeboy was creaming himself down in my driveway. What are we talking about here? And where does Domino's get an investigator? Could you imagine being a Domino's internal investigator?
How do you apologize for that?
That's your job. You're the Domino's internal investigator. And that's kind of sad if you have an investigation background. And then you add on top of that no one loves internal investigators. People are always shouting for third party, as it should be. What do? I investigate pizza crime.
I just can't get the picture of the guy rubbing himself down with ice cream. Now
I know.
It's stuck there.
The stupid hat,
Yeah.
pants around his ankles. You know, it's a Geo Metro he drives.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Match.com just released the results of a new survey about how single people have been handling their getting it on needs, as they put it here, during the quarantine.
People got even, like more horny as the quarantine went on. I
believe
noticed.
you're right.
That was just like a nationwide epidemic.
After 24% say they had sex with their, quote, non-romantic roommate.
Check it out.
In other words, they were stuck in a house together, so, they did what a lot of people like to do.
Sure.
The survey also found 16% of single people say they've been getting it on with themselves more often during the pandemic.
I want to hang with the dudes that initiated the conversation for the roommate hookup. That's difficult. Mm-hmm. I've been down this asking the really tough question road.
Right.
Where you're going to initiate this really weird conversation and you could get rejected. It's not easy. It's easy if the lady initiates, then it's just a simple, sure, let's do that, because we're driving ourselves nuts here.
Exactly.
But the dudes that can bring it up, and I feel bad for the dudes that it didn't work out for. Hey, I was thinking, I know we're pals. We get the rent in on time, we work together, wash each other's dishes, we share sushi sometimes, but I'd like to share more.
Share sushi sometimes? Share sushi sometimes?
And if you try and go too vague, I'd like to share more, and they're not into it, they're going to ask, they're not going to just take it for face value and read between the lines and pretend to understand you. They know what you're talking about, but they're going to be like, what do you mean by more? And now you got to offer up another piece of information.
So
and
you're
another.
too deep. You're too deep.
Taking it deep.
I lost you.
Taking it deep.
Okay. Florida man
Florida, you say.
arrested for using an assault-style weapon to threaten a census taker who had come to his house for the nationwide count of every U.S. resident. It feels like this has been going on for 5 years, trying to get the count done.
People hate the census people.
All you gotta do is you go to online and you fill it out. You send it in. It takes 5 minutes.
But people hate the census people. I don't know what it is.
That's why you do it online.
It's something about privacy and all this stuff.
Sure.
It's like, I give people a hard time.
How many people in the house? Just tell them. What's the big deal here? Why do we have to make everything into a huge Mount Everest situation?
Because
Why? That's what you do.
Because if it is what I do, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
It's not. We're not required to give this information, right?
I don't care.
I can't remember.
Just tell me the people
So
in the
we
house.
will not offer any information we're not required to give, and when we are required to give information, we lose our minds.
Okay. Michael Cooper, 32, arrested Monday after threatening census taker Johnny Swinney, according to a police report. It smells something fishy here. Neighbors told deputies that Swinney's U.S. Census Bureau badge was clearly identifiable when he approached Cooper. Sitting on the porch of his home, census taker identified himself as a federal worker, according to an incident report. And then Cooper yelled at him to leave, and went into his home, assault-style weapon. He loaded the chamber, came back out, and it was a vote.
I hate when people come to my door. I hate when people pull in my driveway.
With an assault rifle?
I don't do anything with an assault rifle.
Yeah.
But do you give folks a hard time to come to your door?
People don't come to my door. They come to my door. The delivery guy will ring the doorbell, but he just to make sure someone's home.
Yeah.
And he'll leave the package on the porch. But why nobody comes to my home? And where are the Girl Scout cookies? Speaking of it all, where are the Girl Scout cookies that I ordered?
Right. I'm supposed to see. It's down
I'm
on the
supposed
phone?
to see. I know there's a pandemic going on.
Right.
Just drop them on the porch.
You want your dosey dose.
Yeah.
I used to give the door-to-door people a real hard time, like almost borderline mean.
Yeah.
I'm not with that anymore. For years now, I've been going with just breaking their stones in a fun way. I told you about when Julie Kushner sent some of her interns, representatives out to ask if she could count on my vote.
Yeah.
I gave him a hard time. I was doing my Trump impression. Half my family showed up to the door naked. Then these missionary kids came one day, and I just said, dude, I got my guy.
Yeah,
I'm Catholic. This is what I roll with. But I said, guys, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's dark out there. You
got suits on.
You are preteens. These streets are dangerous.
Yeah.
None of you, there's not one of the four of you that has a muscle that you can find on your bodies. You're going to get rolled out here.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock at night. It's time to pack it up and do the mission stuff tomorrow. I don't want anybody attacking you.
During normal hours.
During
normal business hours.
All
right, we gotta take off here.
All right, sir.
At least for missed headlines.
Sure.
7:01, Ethan and Lou here at 795.
Missionary gets rolled in Danbury. News at 11.
Here's one.
Yeah, you don't want to say it if you don't
No.
want to say it.
I'll
Geo Metro, Lama's loving that. Marcy, Pamela. Is that Tim or Thim? It's spelled Thim.
Thim.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's pronounced Tim. What up, Thim?
Thim, isn't that like a...
Looks Swedish. But who's to say? David, John, Rich, John. So I think I said hi to everybody.
Okay, I want you to keep in mind one thing. We've got 4 minutes until we break.
Keep in mind one thing. We got
Yes.
4 minutes till we break.
4 minutes.
Here's
So
what
you
I'm
know-
thinking. We got to, him and I got to reset, We got to huddle. We want to really kind of map out our next 10 plays.
That'd be good.
And I'm thinking we'll come back with all y'all.
All y'all?
I got to ask you guys a favor. I keep saying this, but I really, really, if you want another layer of entertainment that I can provide you in such a massive and fun way, I really need you to get the word out about my YouTube page. Eric and I have this whole idea about launching our own mini entertainment network at home, away from the studio.
No, but you got to get many more YouTube subscribers.
Have to get that YouTube
Come on.
live going, and I have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I got 100 and change. Please go subscribe to the page. I don't like begging people for anything. And please tell a friend, suggest that people subscribe to this thing. There's already tons of fun content on there from the show and some of the at-home stuff. But my options at this point are do Facebook Live at home, which I can do, but I want to do YouTube Live.
I got to imagine that YouTube Live, the quality is much better.
It's better, and once you reach that level, and the YouTube Live videos are going out there, it's the bigness. It's the big league.
The bigness.
So come on.
Big league.
Come on, guys.
Please.
You just type my name into the search bar and subscribe. Tell 18 friends to actually tell
Your
4
stupid
friends.
face comes up and it
My
says...
stupid face. So what's my channel all about? Check it out. I hate that welcome video. I got to change that.
Yeah.
Also, you want to download the I-95 Rock app. This is more important than the stupid YouTube channel.
220 now. 220.
You get the I-95 Rock app, which allows you to listen wherever you are in the world. Baltimore, Fresno, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, all the stands. You know, Chile. You can listen to I-95
right.
wherever you are in the world.
Say goodbye to our audience.
And you need the app.
And he's still talking.
If you want to win the ultimate stimulus check, you can win up to $10,000 on I-95. You're saving for your kids' college fund? What are we doing with this college? How is it so expensive? It's unbelievably expensive. I think $10,000 will help out a lot. So you get the code words at the top of every hour and you punch it in on the app, but you need the app. So download it for free at Google Play or the App Store. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at I-95 Rock. All right? You got a lot of homework. Let's go. I hate that I just said homework.
I was just thinking that. You should hate it.
What was that feature called you used to do it, Neil?
Used to give him homework at the end of the show.
Ugh, disgusting. What a disgusting show that was.
Hey.
And that was the key feature. I can't do my homework.
Did we have a song?
Yep.
Oh, no.
They would give out a homework
No.
assignment at the end of each show. And
Come on.
I hated that. I used to, because I was production director then, and I wanted this job. It was no secret that I wanted this job. I was telling
secret.
everybody. I was up everybody's ass, and I'd be
45.
driving into work listening to this feature, and I'm losing my mind screaming at the radio. This sucks! This sucks! I can do so much better than this. All right.
All right. You done?
Yeah, I love you guys.